Esther 2. I read from the Institute for Scripture Research, the ISR, because it takes a direct translation from Hebrew to English, Greek to English, and Aramaic to English. Yah is the Elohim of the heavens and the earth, the first and the last and the only, and he's an extremely jealous El. He's so jealous that he doesn't even want the names of idols or mighty ones to come to our lips. And Yah is short for YahWeh, YahWeh, Yod-He, Vav-He. There's no difference. It's like saying Dan, Daniel, Daniel with an E. What is a difference and does matter is when people say that Phil, Bob, Sam, and Aaron are the same thing, because no, they're not. And no one in their right mind would ever believe that, and only a fool could believe that a hammer can force its creator to do something. There is no letter J in the Hebrew, Greek, or Aramaic texts because the letter J is about 600 years old, while the son of Elohim, Yehoshua, died on a stake for the sins of all of humanity over 2,000 years ago. And a direct translation from Hebrew to English, Yehoshua is Joshua, and I strongly believe that the son of Elohim's name, Yehoshua, means Yahweh is salvation. Esther 2. After these events, when the wrath of sovereign Ahasuerus had ceased, he remembered Vashti, what she had done, and what had been decreed against her. Then the sovereign's servants who attended him said, "Let lovely young maidens be sought for the sovereign, and let the sovereign appoint officers in all the provinces of his reign, and let them gather all the lovely young maidens to the citadel of Shushan, into the women's quarters under the hand of Hege, H-E with a half a check mark, G with a line on top of it, A-I, the sovereign's eunuch, guardian of the women, to give their preparations, and let the young woman who pleases the sovereign be sovereigness instead of Vashti." And the word pleased the sovereign, and he did so. In the citadel of Shushan there was a certain man, a Yehudi, Y-E-H-U-D with a line underneath of it, A, whose name was Mordecai, M-O-R-D-E-K with a line underneath of it, A-I, son of Yar, Y-A apostrophe I-R, son of Shimi, S-H-I-M apostrophe I, son of Quish, Q-I-S-H, a Binyamite, B-I-N-Y-A-M-I-T-E, who had been exiled from Jerusalem, Y-E-R-U-S-H-A-L-A-Y-I-M, with the captives who had been exiled with Yokanya, Y-E-K with a line underneath of it, O-N-Y-A-H, sovereign of Yehuda, Y-E-H-U-D with a line underneath of it, A-H, whom Nebuchadnezzar, the sovereign of Babel, had exiled. Ooh, so this is all after the exile. Nebuchadnezzar is N-E-B with a line underneath of it, U-K with a line underneath of it, A-D with a line underneath of it, N-E-T-S-T-S-A-R. And it came to be that he was raising Hadassah, H-A-D with a line underneath of it, A-S-S-A-H, that is Esther, E-S-T-E with a half a checkmark R. His uncle's daughter, for she had neither father nor mother. The young woman was beautiful and of good appearance, and when her father and mother died, Mordecai took her as his own daughter. And it came to be, when the sovereign's command and decree were heard, that and when many young women were gathered at the citadel of Shushan into the hand of Hege, that Esther too was taken to the sovereign's palace into the hand of Hege, guardian of the women. And the young woman pleased him, and she received loving commitment from him. So he hastened to give her preparations and her portions, and gave her 7 choice female servants from the sovereign's palace, and he moved her and her female servants to the best place in the house of the women. Esther had not made known her people or her relatives, for Mordecai had commanded her not to make it known, and every day Mordecai walked about in front of the courtyard of the women's quarters to learn of Esther's welfare and what is done to her. Now when the turn of each young woman came to go in to sovereign Ahasuerus after she had completed 12 new moons according to the regulations for the women, so a whole year. For the days of their preparations were completed as follows: 6 new moons with oil of myrrh, and 6 new moons with perfumes, and with preparations of women. I have no idea what that means. Thus prepared, the young woman went to the sovereign, and whatever she asked for she was given to take with her from the house of the women to the sovereign's palace. In the evening she went, and in the morning she returned to the second house of the women into the hand of Shashgaz, Shashgaz, the sovereign's eunuch, guardian of the concubines, so whores. She would not come into the sovereign again unless the sovereign unless the sovereign delighted in her and called for her by name. And when the turn came for Esther, the daughter of Abihail, A-B with a line underneath of it, Ihaym, the uncle of Mordecai, who had taken her as his daughter, to come to the sovereign, she sought no matter but what Haggai, the sovereign's eunuch, guardian of the women, advised. And Esther found favor in the eyes of all who saw her. And Esther was taken to sovereign Ahasuerus into his royal palace in the 10th new moon, so the 10th month, which is the new moon of Tebeth, in the 7th year of his reign. Tebeth is T-E with a half a check mark, B with a line underneath of it, E with a half a check mark, T-H. Tebeth. That's the name of the 10th new moon, so the 10th month. And the sovereign loved Esther more than all the women, and she found favor and loving commitment in the eyes more than all the maidens, and he set the royal crown upon her head, and made her sovereigness instead of Vashti. And the sovereign made a great feast, the feast of Esther, for all his officials and servants, and he proclaimed a release in the provinces, and gave gifts according to the means of a sovereign. And when maidens were assembled a second time, Mordecai sat within the sovereign's gate. Esther had not made known her relatives and her people yet, as Mordecai commanded her. For Esther obeyed the command of Mordecai as when she was being raised by him. In those days, while Mordecai sat within the sovereign's gate, 2 of the sovereign's eunuchs, Bigthan, B-I-G with a line on top of it, T-H-A-N, and Teresh, T-E-R-E-S-H, doorkeepers, were wroth and sought to lay hands on sovereign Ahasuerus. And the matter became known to Mordecai, who informed sovereigness Esther, and Esther spoke to the sovereign in Mordecai's name. And when the matter was searched into, it was confirmed, and both were hanged on a wooden structure, and it was written in the book of the annals in the presence of the sovereign. The annals is Chronicles. That's coming up soon, Chronicles. And I looked through part of it, and it was in genealogy. But it wasn't all a genealogy. So that's good news. I mean, Genesis wasn't all a genealogy, but it was quite largely that. But again, they're trying to teach you how the world came to be like what it is now, kind of thing. This is beautiful.